definitely should be. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Have a new recipe for you guys today, and it is one of my favorites. People always ask me what's my favorite thing to cook or my specialty, and I think it will be oxtails. I really like cooking oxtails and roasts and stuff like that. I like braising things. So today I'm going to show you how I make my oxtail stew. This is you have to be patient. You know, it's a long cooking time. Not preparing, but cooking, you know. It has to cook until that meat is falling off the bones, but it'll be worth it. Also, I have a special announcement for you guys today. I think it's ready just in time. My special announcement is a bun. We have a bun in the oven, due April 2020. This will be our third child. Oh my gosh, can't believe it. But our third child, we're very excited, very anxious, and can't wait to meet him or her. So back to this recipe. What you're gonna need for this oxtail stew is, I have 2 pounds of oxtails here. And on my veggies over here, you're gonna need some diced carrots. This is like one big carrot, so about 2 cups of diced carrots. And I have a onion, diced onion, about 2 cups. 2 stalks of celery here. Some minced garlic. I have a bunch of thyme right there. And these are scotch bonnet peppers that I got from the Jamaican or the Caribbean market. In order to find these, you're most likely going to have to go to like a international market or something like that, because they don't really sell these. 9 times out of 10, you won't find these in your local grocery store. But if you want to substitute, you can use habanero, but habaneros are hotter than scotch bonnet, so just keep that in mind. And I have a can of butter beans for that. And then over here we have some beef broth. In our seasonings, we got salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some allspice. And I have some brown sugar we will need, and some oil. And another thing I don't have over here is a bay leaf. I will put a bay leaf in there. But those are all the ingredients you will need. And so let's go over to the stove and get this stuff cooking. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do with our oxtails is season them liberally. Both sides. We're going to add some salt, pepper, and just make sure you cover all your meat with seasoning. Pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and allspice. Now we done heated up our pot. It's on a medium-high heat. Now we're gonna add in some oil, vegetable oil. I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons. Of vegetable oil. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. first. Might need more. So I got 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. All right, 4 tablespoons. 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Tablespoon of water. Now that water is kind of going to seize up that sugar, so you got to let that get hot again. So it'll spread out. That's why another thing, you probably want your, if you can, let your meat come up to room temp. So when you do this part, the sugar won't solidify. But my meat is a little cold, but it'll be okay. So now that our sugar is liquefied now, we're gonna add in our meat, and we're just gonna sear it on both sides. Right now we're just caramelizing, getting a good caramelization on this meat in a good color. And we're gonna cook this in batches so we don't overcrowd the pan, so each piece can have a good sear on it. So as many as you can fit in with all of them touching the bottom of the pan. And we're going to cook on both sides until they got a nice brown color. Okay, now we're going to remove these from the pan and set them aside so we can get our second batch in there. Now we done removed all of our meat. Now we're going to quickly throw in our vegetables. And we're going to throw in our scotch bonnets in there. And we're also going to put in a tablespoon of minced garlic, and then a little salt and pepper, and then let that go for about 5 minutes. All right, it's been about 3 minutes, and I always forget to mention some ingredients in the beginning. Charge it to my mind and my heart, but I'm going to add some tomato paste. At this stage, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste while I'm sauteing my vegetables. And we're going to cook that for about 3 minutes. And what that tomato paste does, it kind of gives it like a roasted flavor that I like. Just adds more depth and flavor to the stew. So just let that tomato paste cook along with those vegetables for about another 3 minutes. Alright guys, so those vegetables are done cooking with that tomato paste, and now we're going to add our oxtails back to the pan. We're just throwing all that. All that flavor back in there. Then we're going to throw in our thyme and our bay leaf. And then we're going to cover all that with some beef broth. Yes, I only needed 1.5 of those 32-ounce beef broth. So now I'm going to bring this up to a simmer. All right, now that our food has come to a boil and our oxtails are bathing in this flavorful broth, we're going to turn our fire down to about medium low, where it'll come to a simmer, which means you'll see some activity. It won't be still. You'll see some bubbles. You want to see some bubbles, but you don't want it to be boiling. Just simmering. And then we will place a lid on top, and then we'll let that go for about 2 hours until the meat is falling off the bone, until it's fork tender, meaning you can pull the meat away with a fork. So a good simmer will look just like this. And then you put that top on and just let it go. Set it and forget it. We'll be back in about a couple of hours to add our butter beans and our thickening agent, and we'll be done. All right, peeps, it's been about an hour and 40 minutes, and our oxtails are fork tender. See that? I don't want to pull it off, but yeah, it comes off of the fork. So next, what I'm going to do is throw in this can of butter beans. And these butter beans are already cooked, so all we're doing really is warming them up. So put that, we're going to put those in there. Put that in there. And then we're going to take out this thyme, or what's left of it, and that bay leaf. And if we could find the pepper. If it didn't disintegrate in there, probably did. But it can stay. But the next thing we're going to do is add a slurry to thicken this, to give us a gravy. All a slurry is equal parts cornstarch and water, or flour and water. So I did 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. And I'm just going to pour that in there. And then when you put the slurry in, you have to heat it up for it to activate. So let that simmer for a little bit so it can thicken. Alright, now this is the finished product after we let it simmer for a couple minutes and thicken. Nice, flavorful oxtails with a nice gravy. Not too thick, but just right. And that's it. If you like this video, please like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't. And I'll be coming back to you guys with more videos. And thank you so much for tuning in.